What's up, duelists? I'm Ashton, and welcome to Testing Tuesday, where every Tuesday I try out one of Yu-Gi-Oh's many different decks and archetypes, give you a little bit about what I expect from the deck, show some highlights, and then give some closing final thoughts. This week, I went to the grocery store, got me some prime ingredients, went into the kitchen, cooked up this list. This is Salamangreat Mathmech with a side of microcoder. So, I love Salamangreats. I wasn't going to do a Testing Tuesday on Salamangreat because, honestly, Testing Tuesday is supposed to be a series in which I'm trying out decks not only to show you guys sort of how they work on a very basic level, but also so that I can expand my knowledge about the game. Salad is one of my favorite decks of all time. I have a lot of experience with them, so I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to make a Testing Tuesday video on them. However, Salamangreat is in a bit of a tough spot in the TCG right now. The microcoder package is okay, it's pretty good, it lets you get a lot of hand traps, but it's missing a little spice. So I decided to look up a little bit of lists and then cook up this list, which is using the Mathmech as a secondary engine to the Salamangreat engine in order to try to get better plays out. So let's go by some of the important cards here, and then we'll go straight into the duels so you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and start off by talking about the Salamangreat cards. We're playing 2 Jack Jaguar, 1 Foxy, 2 Spinny, and then our 1 Gazelle because he's still not off the ban list. Konami, please let my boy free. Salamangreat cards are pretty great because they just keep spamming onto the board, going into link plays, letting you finish off on a pretty easy Deco Talker Heat Soul to try to draw into some hand traps. We also have Parallel Exceed, which is an excellent extender. It can get us 2 level 4s on the board, which will either go into more link plays or can go into some of our level 4 XZ monsters. On top of that, we have the microcoder package, which is pretty standard. Allows you to use itself in the hand in order to be able to link off into a Code Talker monster, and then whenever it does that, it can search the Signet Conflict, which is an Omni Negate. So that's really, really good. You always want to see this card as much as possible when you're doing your link plays. Now, for the spice. We have 3 Mathmech Circular, 1 Diameter, and 1 Sigma. That's all we're doing for the Mathmechs, right? Very small package, but it is very powerful. Mathmech Circular is what makes this deck go round. You can send a Mathmech monster from deck to graveyard, special summon it from the hand. You can only attack with 1 monster for the rest of this turn whenever you do that. Not a big deal, because when you're going first, you're not attacking anyways, and when you're going second, you're probably going to be setting up a 2 attack Access Code Talker that will kill for game anyway. Then, when a Mathmech monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field while you control it, add a Mathmech spell trap from deck to hand. Most of the time, we're going to grab Mathmech Super Factorial. Then we play 1 Diameter. When it's normal summon, you can target a level 4 Cyberse monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Keep in mind, it says level 4 Cyberse monster, not level 4 Mathmech monster. So this card is actually pretty good for getting through some of the salads if you still need them. Then we have 1 Sigma. It brings itself back to the field if it's sent to the graveyard and I control no monsters in the extra monster zone. So it's really good early on. And that can also be done in the hand if you need to. So what this engine does is essentially acts as extra extenders and can make your board a little bit more powerful. So basically what this deck salad usually does with the Heat Soul engine is you're going to end on probably like a conflict with a Heat Soul on board, and then you're hoping for a few hand traps, right? And that's pretty much all you're doing. Sometimes you can end on a Baguska, but oftentimes you don't. What the Mathmech engine allows you to do is quite often you can go grab Super Factorial, you can end on a conflict if you have the microcoder in hand, and with conflict, which will let you special summon 3 Mathmechs from grave onto the field on your opponent's turn, and then immediately XCs into something, you can XCs into Laplacian, which is basically a Trishula. It'll allow you to discard a random card from your opponent's hand, pop a monster on the field, and pop one of their spell traps. So depending on the board state, you can immediately, almost immediately, as soon as they do something, get Laplacian out. You're starting to pick apart their resources, and you also have the Heat Soul to draw into your hand trap. So it's just an extra form, right, of interaction. And I find that it's really, really fun to do. To keep going on those Mathmech cards, we also have Equation target a Mathmech monster in graveyard, special summon it. This is just to keep the Mathmech plays going. Pretty good there. We also play 3 Salamangreat Circle to get our salads, 1 Sanctuary so we can use the salads effect to link themselves into themselves, 3 Signet Mining to get anything that we need. So like if we have mining and another search card like Circle, then we can use Circle, try to go the standard Salamangreat line, and then if it gets stopped halfway through, if it gets Nibiru'd at the end, whatever, we can go mining and then continue with maybe the Mathmech plays since we haven't used that engine yet. In terms of the hand traps, we have 1 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 DD Crow, and 3 Effect Veiler, along with 3 Infinite Impermanence. I just feel like this is the most comfortable lineup you can have right now. In the extra, we have a Geomathmech Magma, which we're playing over Final Sigma. I just find Magma is a little bit better, at least in terms of setting up a board or trying to go for a kill the next turn. It can also pop cards if it destroys something by battle, so it's pretty okay. We have 1 Baguska. We have 1 Alimbertian, which is going to be basically the main thing that we do on turn 1 if we have the Mathmech engine online, because what it's going to do is add a Mathmech card from deck to hand, let us keep doing our plays and setting up the Super Factorial for the Laplacian on our opponent's turn, which, like I said, is a Trishul effect. The rest of it is pretty standard. We have Mirage Stalio, Access Code Talker, Decode Talker, Transcode Talker, Update Jammer, 1 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Code Talker, 1 Splash Mage, 2 Balinks, and then the Link Spider. I might cut this, and you might want to cut this if you decide to run this yourself. This is very specifically if your opponent Nibiru's you, because you can use that token to summon this card and then try to go into more plays. That is basically the only reason why this card is here. But if you don't think that Nibiru is going to be that big of a problem, you can honestly just cut this card, maybe play the second Sunlight Wolf or something like that. So that's the basics of the deck. I think it's pretty spicy. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this deck has some sauce, to just be perfectly honest. I know that I have talked to some salad players and they don't particularly like this, don't think it works very well. But I think with the prevalence of Bystials hitting these Mathmech cards, but the Salamangreats not being able to be hit by them, makes a nice mix. And the Mathmech cards really, I feel like, help extend and make a stronger board than these salads would be able to do by themselves. I think it's spicy. I think it's got sauce. Let's show you the duels. Okay, so we actually have the opportunity to go first. We open DD Crow, Jack Jaguar, Mining, Equation, and Circular. So the best thing about this deck is that it can special summon a lot and still not use its normal. So let's go ahead and try to start making plays. I'm going to start with a Activative Circular, dumping the Sigma to the graveyard to special summon itself. That's going to allow me to use the Sigma in graveyard to special summon itself back. Then we will activate Mathmech Circular because a Mathmech monster was special summoned to my side of the field while I controlled it, to go ahead and try to grab the Super Factorial. We're going to grab Super Factorial here. We're going to go ahead and XC summon into our Alimbertian. And then we will go ahead and use its effect, detaching to both of our Mathmech monsters in order to get a Mathmech card into our hand. They will Ash Blossom here, which does hurt a little bit because that does mean that we're not going to be able to get our Diameter. The DD Crow's not going to do anything, so that's going to go through. Now, there is something special that Alimbertian can do. It can tribute itself or any other monster on the field, especially summon a Mathmech from hand or graveyard. Let me think if that is a good idea, because we also have the Equation here if we want to. I think we're fine. I think what we're going to do is we're going to activate Signet Mining, go ahead and pitch the Equation, and then grab the Diameter right off of that. We're going to go ahead and normal Diameter, activate its effect, special summon the Circular. We're going to go ahead and go down a salad line here. We're going to link off Circular into a Balinks, activate Balinks to go ahead and search the field spell, get Sanctuary. We're going to go ahead and activate Sanctuary. We're going to link Balinks off into another Balinks. We're going to go Splash Mage here using Balinks and Diameter. Going to activate Splash Mage. We're going to bring back the Circular. And then we will go ahead and make our Heat Soul, which is going to go ahead and activate its effect, to draw us a card. Second DD Crow. Okay, I'll take it. We're going to go ahead and set our super factorial here. And I think we're sitting pretty fine here. And then we're just going to pass the turn. We're going to turn our chain on so that in the draw phase, we can start using Heat Soul. Going to Twin Twister here right off the bat. They're playing Kashtira, it looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and chain Heat Soul as 1. And then we will chain the super factorial here. We will XC summon. Bring back all of the Mathmech names. So that's 1, 2, 3. Special summon 1, 2, 3. Into Laplacian. Now we could avoid destruction with the Sanctuary, but I don't really see a point. So we're going to elect not to. We're not going to use this effect because Super Factorial has already been used anyway. We will trigger effective Laplacian, detach 1, which will pop a card in their hand. Don't see any graveyard stuff going on, so we're going to sit pretty with that. I'm going to go back on auto. So you can see now our opponent used all these resources and they only have 2 cards in hand. They do have they do have Pankratops though. That's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie about it. I assume he's gonna hit the Heat Soul if I had to guess with the Pank effect. But he also might just wait and do it next turn. He's gonna go ahead and do it. Gonna target that. That's gonna be fine. He's gonna kill the Heat Soul. In phase, we're drawing. We have 5 cards in hand. And I feel pretty good about this. I'm going to go ahead and start with Circle. We're going to get Gazelle. Before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and use Sigma here. Bring itself out. Because we'll probably have a pretty easy access code line here. I'm going to normal Gazelle. Activate it. We're going to pitch Spinny. We're going to activate Spinny. Bring itself out. We're going to go ahead and go into Code Talker's probably fine. Do Spinny and... yeah, we'll do the Spinny. Code Talker here. Then we can go activate Alimbertion. Pop itself to bring back... I don't know if it really matters all that much. We'll bring back Diameter. We'll go update Jammer here. And then we can just go access Code Talker. Update Jammer is going to activate to let it attack twice. Access Code Talker, we're going to increase its attack to 4,300. And then we just enter battle. Attack twice for game. And then attack twice. And that's game. That's game. Okay, we're going first again. This hand's a little different. Looks way more like a standard salad hand. So it looks like we won't actually be able to use any of our Mathmech stuff quite at the moment. Well, let's go ahead. Our only thing that we can do is go ahead and normal summon Jack Jaguar. Link into Baylinks. Trigger Baylinks. Search the field spell. Activate field spell. Link Baylinks into another Baylinks. Activate our Jack Jaguar. Go ahead and bring itself back into defense position under the Baylinks. Then we have the opportunity to go ahead and Splash Mage here. This is a pretty standard Heat Soul line. Activate Splash Mage, bring the Jack Jaguar back once more. And then we can go straight into the Heat Soul. Activate its effect, take 1,000 damage, draw a card. We drew Gazelle. That's a pretty good draw. Set 1 card face down, put our chain into on, and then end phase. In the draw phase, we will go ahead and draw another card, which will be Spinning. So we have 3 interactions here with the Imperm, the Veiler, and the DD Crow. Valence Awakening solo activation. Okay. So we're playing Valence. Let me read these cards real quick. Because solo activation actually does have a effect, We're gonna go ahead and get rid of it because it can banish itself. Priestess is going to come out. That's gonna be fine until it activates its effect. Then we'll Veiler it, more than likely. Going to scale Vailing's Mad Marquis. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and do that. We will Veiler that. I don't know what this deck does, so I'm just gonna use intuition as best I can. Small World. Reveal Marquee. Sure, I have no idea how Small World works, but it did something. Viscount. Let's see. Small World Engrave. 2 into Beyond the Pendulum. I think I do need to imperm Beyond the Pendulum. That seems pretty powerful. Sinet Switch. Oh no! They did it in the imperm column. Oh no. Oh no, I mean, even I forgot, but like... Okay, you have a second Beyond the Pendulum. Whatever. Alright, fair enough. Kuro Obi Karate Spirit? I mean, it is a 9, so I guess you can kind of do things because it's pendulum scale. This is the thing with pendulums, man. They just don't stop sometimes. Like, yeah, we'll Balinks. Doesn't super matter. Okay. Topologic Trisbania. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. This is the problem. Like, I do not know how Pendulum does things. Like, it feels like I'm just really bad at combating Pendulum. I do not understand it. I feel like no matter how many interactions I have with it, it just keeps going. Bro, just attack. You're good. Literally just attack. They're going to keep going. I'm going to go ahead and click the surrender button. Okay. This hand is significantly less than ideal. This hand's actually like pretty bad. We drew 2 1-ofs that we never want to see in the hand. And we only really have Foxy. But we're playing against ninjas. Okay. When it's normal summon, add an Ninjutsu art card from deck to hand. So I know they have this card. Target a ninja monster or face down defense monster. Tribute it, and if you do special summon a ninja from deck, when it leaves the field, send that monster to the graveyard. You can target a Ninjutsu art, continuous spell trap in your spell and trap zone, return it to the hand. You can only use it once per turn. Okay. So you will be able to get whatever ninja you want. I have no idea what that means. So we'll see. I'll go ahead and circle first. Let's grab Gazelle. Normal. Foxy. Activate its effects. They're going to book it. Okay. We got a circle. That doesn't super help us here. In fact, Book of Moon actually hurts a lot. I literally can do nothing. It took 1 book because I had nothing else to do. Well. They just will not kill me.
A few moments later.
I was right. Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and circle. Let's add Spinny. Nib. Cool. That's definitely going to be helpful. Let's start with Sanctuary. Let's do Gazelle. Trigger Gazelle. But... Jack. It's fine. We can still do plays. Let's do... We do Foxy. Discard Spinny. Foxy, destroy spell trap, no. And then we can Spinny, bring itself back. Okay. Oh, God, that's annoying. That's so annoying. Jeez. That is absolutely annoying. All right. Let's just do that. So I'm just dead here, huh? Well, that was quite an annoying deck. Dang. Okay, so I'm not saying the deck is perfect. So I don't know if you want to take it as a full mark that we lost to Ninjas and Valence, but I feel like maybe those games are winnable. Either way, I think the first game really is what showcased what this deck can do. I believe in this deck. I actually feel like I'm going to build this for my locals and try it out. I've been playing Salad at locals for the past couple weeks, and I've consistently gotten top 8 in about 17 players. But I'm looking to try to see if this can take it to the next level. And I think that first game really shows how powerful this small little Mathmech package can really be. I mean, setting up a board with Decode Talker Heat Soul with like a set of Signet Conflict if you are able to use Microcoder is good, and drawing hand traps. But adding Laplation on top of it, which can just rip cards from the hand, spell traps from the field, and a monster whenever you really want it to with the Super Factorial is just pretty powerful. I'm not saying it's perfect. Could it be better if you just run pure Mathmech or a Mathmech with Code Talker engine and no Salad? Maybe, but I just love Salad. And I just think this deck is a blast to play. I find it super enjoyable. I think it is a little jank, but I think it's got sauce. With that, I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think about this deck in the comments section below. Should you even bother with this? Should you just play pure Mathmech? Should you play Code Talker with Mathmech and no Salad? Or are you going to try this out for yourself and see what you think? If you like it, like the video, hit the subscribe button for more Testing Tuesday content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.